Mm. Hi guys, how are you guys doing today? Welcome to Sharon Review. It's an interesting day in Scotland. Okay, all right. It's a very interesting day today in SkitLanta. Yes, and they are showing us a lot of things. So it is good for we to just do a recap. Maybe I'll change the title, but for now we're recapping everything that happened today. I didn't get to watch Lisa. I've saw the skit, but I haven't watched it. I've seen that a drop a skit with Lisa and her and their what name Darian, Darian, and what you call it there. My daughter is locked up for something she never did because she was in the car and her stepdad and nobody has let Mike know about that. Not even she. Maybe she doesn't have a phone to call her dad, her actual dad, to let him know that she's locked up. So she's looking at some pretty charge there, you know. Yeah. And what else I've seen? I've seen Dave and Amber cooking. I've seen Shayla getting checked by Anthony, and then Shayla go back and check Denisha. Yeah, so there's a like, oh yes, and Brooklyn is she take Uber. The Uber costs $30. How long will she be paying for Uber? Her money is gonna run out in no time. But right now she's safe. She's at Cameron's house. He tell her says she can stay into his guest room. What if his parents come home? Hopefully, Brooke will get to go back home, and she needs to go to school. Hopefully, Cameron will be the voice of reasoning, and said he felt bad that he told her about Isaac. You have your nerves that she wants to. Oh, how is Isaiah doing? Come on now, you're running away from home, but you're worrying about a guy when I want you. Make that make sense? You know what I mean? That make no sense to me. Seriously. That made no sense. I think Cam likes Brooke. Okay, hi there. It's your girl. How you doing? I am here trying to make sure this glasses. Yeah. Then I have them on too long and I take them off. My eyes get blurry. But if I don't wear them for the day, my eyes is fine. I can see very well. I can see the screen to wear it right now. But anyway. Mm, yeah. All right. So welcome in, Margaret. You're the first one in the house. How are you doing? You see, my thing bruised my skin here. Yeah, I should have put on a little powder so I look presentable for you guys. Hi Jeff, welcome in Ireland, and how are you doing? Hi Sharon and everyone from London, UK. Yes, I have quite a few people from London. There is Charmaine, there is Annette. You know, Annette is grieving the loss of her dad. And then we also have Dion from London also, yeah. Ken gonna try to get with Brooke. You think so, Jeff? Okay. Hi, dear Tracia. Good evening, Sharon and chat family. Welcome in, Dahlia. See, if I don't wear my glasses, I'll be fine. I think these glasses, what they give us, is just to make my eye get worse. Although they said, oh, it's just for reading and distant and whatever me find, I can see fine in distant, but not too close up. All right, so let's put this back on. Okay, so that's much better. All right, I look so ugly without my glasses, eh? Hi, Sabrina. Welcome in. Hi, it's your girl. How are you doing? I think, yeah. So you guys are all. Hi, Alani. Good evening. Welcome in. Hi, Yolanda. How are you doing? Alani is calling Brooke a clone still. Mm, she's just a misunderstood young lady that thinks that because she's 18, she's an adult. At least she called Destiny. Destiny's laughing at her too, Alani. Destiny thinks that she's just being ridiculous at this point. Hi, Maria, welcome in. Well, and Alani said, watch when Darren's sister goes off on Lisa. I can't watch that right now. I have to do that after. Yes, and then the family was checking. I was trying to do that, but I was doing stuff in the back office, and I still have a lot to do still. Yeah, yeah, she is definitely spoiled for real, Yolanda. Yep. So there is a lot for us to go over. Let me know which one of the skit you guys want to talk about. We will speak on it. All right. So let me know how you guys are doing. How was your Monday? Happy Monday, everyone. And then today I have a word. It says, the higher we soar, the smaller we appear to those who cannot fly. And that is so true. Yes, so, so true. Yes. Mm-hmm. All right. So Jeff says Amber gets the house tomorrow. Yes, Jeff, because we've been asking for the house. I say, how come they show us the house? And then all of a sudden, nothing about the house again. You know what I mean? So it looks like he's gonna give her the house on her birthday. Welcome in, Suzette P. How are you doing? Yeah. So I'm looking forward to for that house. I did a little short, not a long, not a short, a preview video there. So guys, please give it some love. All right, please go back and watch that. Yeah, and and so forth. So please click the like button as you enter into the room. That would be awesome. That will get us into the algorithm. Okay, guys. Okay, so let's start. Which one do you want we start off with first? Do you want us to start off? Oh my goodness, that says when Momo get arrested by the police. No, I shouldn't laugh. Momo is getting arrested by the police at this. I wonder why she's getting arrested by the police. I wonder what she did. It looks like the police. I also saw the shady police officer trying to get which one there? Oh, Blake stepdad to give up whoever he wants. Their J Diva. Is J Diva still in the street and Ralphie doesn't know? Because they want J Diva really bad. So no, they want him to snitch, and then they will drop the charge against Blake. The cop knows that Blake doesn't have anything to do with that situation, but they are actually going to hold her. And the lawyer was talking to the man of the restaurant, says, we don't make that kind of money here. See any customer inside the restaurant here, he's saying. So you see how you can get yourself into a situation. Look how her dad give Blake a work at his medical facility. If she was working there, she would be arrested right now. You know what I mean? But as your kids, they have to learn the hard way. No matter how we parents try to do right by them, we can see the danger. And we're telling him, said, don't go there. If you're going to get in trouble, that's not good. They're not going to listen to us. They have to learn the hard way. Yeah. Oh, yes. So I'm wondering why is Momo getting arrested? So if somebody in the chat can watch that for me and let me speak on it, that would be great. I wanted to recap a few more of those videos, but I didn't get a chance to look at them because I saw that it's 5 o'clock and you guys says I should be here at 5. So I try my very best to keep my time at 5 so we can speak on it. All right. So at least we know that Brooke is safe. So that's a good thing. But do you believe Cameron will be able to convince Brooke to go to school and to go back to her home and let her dad know she's there and she can go back to school, do what she wants to do, or she can go to school in the air. She don't have to go away, far away, right? She could just go to if they have university or where she live, then she can just come out to there and back so she don't have a long distance. She don't have to be away from home, And Ozzy says, welcome in, Ozzy. How are you doing? Yeah. So Momo is getting arrested there. I do not know what Momo did to get arrested. So somebody can watch that for me and let me know. That would be awesome. Okay, so now Jeff, let me see what you guys are saying. Welcome in, Ozzy. Let's not forget Cam did it on the twins' mama bedroom to not innocent. Oh, we know he's not innocent. Yeah, we know. I know. At least he's the only one so far I see in Skitland that actually use protection, right? So what he did is wrong, definitely. This is why when you're going away, you should have your bedroom, have a lock and key for your bedroom. So if anything happens, you leave your children in your house. You know, so nobody's gonna be in your bathroom or in your bedroom. You know what I mean? Your bedroom is off limits to them. Yeah. So true. That was really out of that what Cam did. Yes. As it says, good afternoon, everyone. I hope all is having a great Monday afternoon. I hope so. I hope you guys are good. I know that Antoinette says she's on her way back. Yeah, cause she went out of town to bury her mom. Our condolences to her still, right? And then our condolences go out to the actress, the late actress Aidan Panettiere. Yeah, I used to enjoy watching her. She just light up the screen whenever I see her. Her character just, you know what I mean, draw you in. You know what I mean. So we lost a very young lady, 36 years old. Now, they're saying that she overdosed. Yeah, so my condolences go to her. May her soul rest in peace, and condolences to the family and friends. Yes, to our family and friends. It is so sad. We're losing our young ones from this terrible drug of choice. Yeah. Can try to get some. You think so? Is Cam trying to get you think Cameron trying to get some, Jeff? Oh, Cam trying to get some. Is there a new skit out there? Hi, Sharita. You really? When Daniel's going to give Mr. Dave the letter from Melissa, it is time, Sharita says. Oh, you think so? Well, let's see what happens. Let's see if it's tomorrow, if she knows that it's tomorrow is his birthday. Let's see what's in the envelope, maybe. I'm curious. I'm dying to know what's inside that envelope for real. Sharita says, when Danielle's going to give Dave the letter from Melissa, it's time. Margaret says, the campus camp is one of the GSU 42 years campus. If you're not going to school for military, you need to get a job and pay a bill or rent. If you are grown, be grown. Exactly, Margaret. Well said, dear Margaret. Well said. Yep, you're absolutely right there. Just right to forget about the letter. Well, we're calling it so that way they don't forget about the letter. I don't know if our little channel here will be able have them watch us so they can let us know about the letter, because it looked like they were dropping the ball in the house. And I guess we all were complaining yesterday about, says, I wonder when is he going to show the house? Remember last week we said, I hope this week. On the weekend we were saying, I hope this week we are going to get, he's going to give her the presenter with the house. So for his birthday, it looks like Amber is going to get that house. Yerm says, I manifested the food. That's what Dave says. I manifested the food that you're cooking. And look, you are cooking. And the house smell like my grandmother's house. That means the kitchen smell like food. And he is so ecstatic that she is feeding him. So since she's feeding him, baby, what is he doing? He says, you know what? You remember that house that you like? She says, yes, we can go and look for some furniture to put inside of here for you. And he says, just manifest that house that you like. We can do a drive-by tomorrow. You can. And she said, oh, we can get the seat. He says, yes, let's see. And I said, oh, so that's a little nugget. So it looks like he's going to present her with the house for his birthday. That is so cool, right? So now, my question to you guys, is this house, like oh, it's going to be in Amber's name? Welcome in, Michelle. Is that marital asset? Oh my goodness, guys. Is that marital asset? Because you remember, have an ex, she have a husband, and she have a boyfriend. I love her, whatever you want to call him. right? She's legally separated, but it is what it is. Yes. I think they're okay. We'll read that one. Michelle says, "Good evening, Sharon and chat." Jeff says, "Yes, the horse is not a marital asset." Okay. All right. Thank you, dear Jess. And Michael Brown says, "Good evening, Sharon. How are you, Michael? Welcome in. So nice to see you." Oh, yeah. There is a lot going on right now. And Amber was cooking. Okay, let me ask you something. You guys cooking? Are you making biscuits? Are you making dumpling or whatever? We're using flour. Be honest. You have any flour on your clothes? Because when I'm doing that, no flour is on my clothes. I don't even wear an apron. So how come on the show when they're cooking, it's either it's in their hair, it's on them face, it's on them clothes. Why? Oh my goodness, why is that, right? But we know that Amber can cook, right? And we know that she's very good at baking, but sometimes her hands just get away with her, and she, what you call it there, she what should I say? She salt things, right? All right, so somebody here is saying, let's keep it a buck when it comes to beauty. There's absolutely no competition. Amber haters are salty because they know she's stunning, unlike the other one. No cap, it's just the truth. See, she has nothing on Amber. Okay, so right now, they are showing Denisha face and Amber face, and Amber looks more beautiful than Denisha. But at the end of the day, when a guy leave us or with husband or whatever, they always pick up something where they look like us, right? But it is what it is, and we know that Amber is prettier. So Charmaine, send me that. Yes. Mm-hmm. So that is good. So I said, let me just share that with you. So they put them face by face together. Good evening, Sharon. Good evening, Michael. Margaret says, all of these married women that you can't make an illegal decision on is if she's unable to speak for herself. Okay. And then Jeff says, I think the house is the beginning of the end of Dave and Amber through the lies. Gonna catch up on her again, just like with Anthony. I do not know why they're doing that. Honestly, she said here, remember last week when I saw that and I saw the scene between her and Ernestine. It was an issue. And I says, okay, I will pick up that nugget. I'll park it. And then when she was talking to Wayne in the podcast, I see that it was going to be an issue. Yesterday, she mentioned it to Ernestine again. And she says, oh, maybe I should tell him. I didn't hear Ernestine says, oh, yes, tell him. She said, oh, I'll come. Right? So who is to tell Ernestine won't be the one that blurred it out? Right? Amber conscience is telling her to tell Dave. So why is that a secret? If she, you know what, I think her conscience is bothering her because she let him get rid of Melissa. We're just gonna call a spade, right? He couldn't work with his ex, but she can work with her ex. That's hypocrisy right there. We're just calling it as it is. I know when I speak the truth, people just don't like it. They just leave or whatever. But I am just speaking the truth, right? So normally I would say nobody needs to know your past because I do get those people on the page that leave messages and says, "Oh, Amber don't need to tell the truth." That's what they're saying, and I totally agree with them. But since she mentioned it, then it is going to be an issue. You know what I mean? So it's not like says Sharon Review don't understand what's going on, but they're showing it that it is an issue. So nobody was calling it out. I am the first one that called it out. Yes, says it is going to be an issue. And then everybody jump on the back one and say, oh, she should tell, or some people say no, she shouldn't. But anyway, what I see is this. Amber, it's bothering her so much. Tell him the truth. It's better, as I'm telling you guys, as I said before, dear Eklund, they need, dear Bethel, hi up, welcome in. All I know is this, guys. Amber needs to set herself free. Remember, they said in the podcast, when they tell the truth, they shall set them free. He's a businessman. She's a businesswoman. She's going to be in a podcast. That can be out at any time. Everybody in her circle know except her boyfriend and his family. So his family don't need to know that. But it's best if it comes from her. He would respect her more. At least he can, I do not know which word to use for that. Cushion the blow in case of any drawbacks. They can protect themselves. He can protect himself from scrutiny from his business partner and so forth like that. Remember, she have the GLD commercial there. You don't want scandal attached to them. Something there. A lot of people do not like when they start what they think is so polished, and then they have like a skeleton in the door, in their lives, in their closet, and it comes to light, and yes, they drop endorsement and stuff like that. So I think at this time, in the business that they're in, he's in advertising, he's in marketing. Now he's gonna work with Wayne to market their podcast, and then now he wants Wayne to be an investor into a vegan restaurant that he's looking at. Evelyn brought it to his attention. Evelyn wants 50-50. He says, no, 20% you're getting. I wonder how much percentage he's going to give Wayne. And then most likely Wayne is going to want to bring Anthony on. But let's see what happens, all right, with that. So we're going to park that there for now. I am not the writer. I'm not writing it, but I'm just, you know what I mean, looking at how the storyline look like it's going. All right, so okay, I read that one. Okay, and then Michelle says, sometimes it's get on your clothes. Okay, sometimes the fur get on your clothes. Never get on mine. Shayla, look, said, oh, so you like Shayla E. Jeff? Oh, so you're in love with Shayla. Guys, Jeff like himself some Shayla. I wonder what he wants. Oh. It's marital property if they were going by the law in Georgia. Since they're going by SkitLanta law, it's not marital property. All right. I'm not sure, but let's see what the lawyer says. All right. So Jeff says, thank you for that, Margaret. Margaret, I looked it up on the chat GBT. It says the house won't be considered marital property, neither would be the car. Okay. Thank you, dear Jeff. But that's what in the real world, we do not know what the SkitLanta law is as yet. And I'm wondering when we're going to get the, what you call it there, the mediation, when that's going to happen. Good afternoon, Sharon and chat. Welcome in, Eklund. Bethel says Wayne is XX to Amber. Exactly. But why is she? People need, and we have to be fair. You know, we like to call a spade a spade. She was freaking out when Dave told her that he invited Wayne to his birthday dinner the day after, because tomorrow's birthday, Wednesday, right? And he says Wayne offered to invite Buddy, that is Anthony, or AKA Anthony, Amber's husband. We're just gonna say it the right way. He is still Amber's husband. So we're just gonna keep it real. And afterwards, she came back outside. She called Wayne and says, Wayne, what are you doing? Why you accept it? And Wayne have to let her know it's business. He wants me to come, and I already give him mine. She said, no, cancel. Let him know you're busy. He said, no, this is business. So let's see what happens. This is why I am saying what I'm saying. I'm not saying nothing that's not been shown to us. We're reviewing the skits together. And do you know anyone in real life in a situation as Amber right now? Anyone going through that? Please put it in the chat. Or even if you're going through that, don't be scared. Just put it in the chat. Oh, hi there. Oh, Michael says Denisha attitude is better than Amber attitude. Amber is nice with not really. I don't like how Denisha is actually treating Anthony, if I must say, Michael. I don't like how she treats him. She behave like says she wearing the pants, and she thinks that she run Anthony pocket. You see with Wayne, they're showing you the difference. Anthony let with Wayne let Lauren know you can't run my pocket. I do what I want to do with my don't watch my pocket. You know what I mean? I don't like her attitude. She looks like she wear the pants and stuff like that. So it is what it is there. Hi dear Shirley, welcome in. How are you doing, darling? Margaret says, you are right, Sharon. Truth always wins. Besides, it would be double standard. Definitely. You're right, darling. So we just have to call a spade a spade. We're not going to bash anybody. We're just calling what we are seeing. And let's see here. Amber needs to tell Dave about Wayne before the dinner. If I ever read some of these chat comments on there, I can't even because I'm so busy. I can't really leave. I just have to like it and let you guys know I seen it, right? And it's a lot of comments says no, she don't need to tell him anything. Dave has a pass. Yes, we all know Dave have a pass. Everybody has a pass. But is it our conscience? And we're just speaking on what Amber is saying, what Amber is doing. She is panicking, and there is nothing Sharon Review can do about it but speak on what she's doing, right? And I would love to see if anybody here is going to be honest, if they know anyone that go through that. I know someone who did what Amber did, walk away from her. I don't think she didn't walk away from the husband walked away from her. But she was in a relationship with somebody she go to church with, husband, right, for years. And I haven't spoken to her in a long time. Hi there, One Journey. Welcome in. How are you doing? Yes. The question is Amber too deep, or is there an opportunity to tell Dave and it would be cool? You know what, Jeff? Honestly, in my honest, humble idea, I know you're F. Oh, you're doing welcome in. All I know, Jeff, is this. So the question is, Amber, you're absolutely right. I think, in my humble opinion, this is my opinion. As you know, Sharon Review is not the writer of the skit, right? So, in my humble opinion, I would say maybe he will be upset at, and the reason why I said he'll be upset at first, but I think he would understand because he seems like he's a decent guy and he know his parts is not all squeaky clean there too, right? So this is why I said what I said. I think she should tell him. He'll be upset at first, and he would eventually, when he calms down, but then he will also hit her back with, not if physically hitting or anything like that. He will throw back at her, says, I got rid of Melissa because he didn't want me to work with my ex. That's a hypocrisy. I think that's what he would say, but I don't think anything is going to come off it. But maybe it will, maybe it won't, because so far we see that he is what they're showing us, that he is okay, right? So I'm just waiting to see I want to see some more, but so far that's my take on it for now, because that's what he's showing us, right? And he has a shady past himself. He has bones in the closet, right? So let's see. And will he be understanding? That's another thing too, right? So maybe he will get it, but I guess he will call her a hypocrite because she's gonna says you're working with your ex, but I couldn't work with Melissa. That's the only drawback I see there. I do not know how they're gonna come back from that. Will that be something that blow up in her face, or maybe it won't? But since her conscience is bothering her, I say, just tell him, just don't let nobody do that. And plus, it's gonna come out anyway on the podcast. It's best she just tell him, rip the band-aid off, and just say it, right? Amber needs to tell Dave about Wayne before the dinner, definitely. And right here. Hi, One Journey. You're just passing through. Okay. Oh, I sent you the link. If you'd like to come for a few minutes before you go cook, or you're cooking already. I know you says you cook at certain time. All right. So the question is, Amber too deep in, or there's opportunity to tell Dave, and it will be cool. That's what I just answer for you, dear Jeff. And then I know your F says the issue is the position she took about Dave working with Melis, with the woman that he had a past relationship with while still working with Wayne. Amber is a hypocrite, and it's going to come back to bite her. Well said, dear. So you see, it's your girl. I know you says you hear what she said. So you're absolutely right, and we will see what happens. Maybe he will understand, guys. Maybe he will. Maybe he will says, okay, I have my past too, and you don't know everything about me, but still, the hypocrisy of the situation. That's all we are saying. The hypocrisy. She is okay with him get rid of somebody who actually helped her to get her business going, her restaurant going, and she didn't care that the woman lose her work, but she is looking for work from her ex, and her ex is Wayne, and now she's working with him to get a bag, but she let that lady lose her bag. That's all we are saying. We just call a spade a spade at the end of the day. I know a lot of people don't like when Sharon review be honest, and I'm not being biased. I'm just speaking. We are learning, and we're conversating on what we are seeing in the skit that we're reviewing together. All right. So, I dear Melissa, I hope that all right, allow her to keep her relationship with Dave and keep growing. Thank you, Melissa. Because she knows Wayne is messy. Yes, Yolanda, that is so true. Jeff says, not Jeff, no, it's not too late for Amber to tell Dave. After the biscuit this morning, that was a good time to tell him. He told her in so many words, food loosened him up. Exactly, Shirley. It was bothering her so much, and she said, oh, I should tell him. And I thought that would, even yesterday when he says, you see, you feed me, and yes, my daughter boyfriend can come to the dinner. You see, when you feed a man, the same thing. I tell you guys, you see, Dave is just like Wayne. Trust me, he is just like Wayne. His characteristic shows me he's like Wayne. I think, yes, and even Anthony, because him says, your husband, I remember when she was at his house, when they were getting along in the backyard, the first time in the backyard we see them, or after when she complained about Anthony, he says, your husband is a businessman, and you have to take your emotional time. Same thing what Anthony's saying. So she is with somebody who has characteristic like Anthony and like Wayne. Just saying. That's what I'm seeing. Good afternoon, Steffi Mack. Welcome in. How are you doing? And then Jeff says, every woman runs to Anthony. That's what I'm seeing, eh? Anthony need to grow two pairs. All I know. Margaret says, here, guys, please remember to hit the like button. I'm going to put some polling in a minute. Is okay. Maybe I should ask you guys. Do you believe Dave have the characteristic of Wayne and Anthony? All right, so we are going to poll that. Let's see how you guys take that. Okay, my darlings. So you guys are having a wonderful day. Okay, do you believe? I need to put in that part. Okay. Oops. Oh, I was supposed to correct that. Holy shoot. Let me just take it back. I'm just going to fix it. I hate when I does that and it's not. Hold on. I am ending that poll. No, no, no. That was a mistake. I was supposed to fix it. Okay, so that is closer. Let's start it again. I'm just editing to see. Um, I'm supposed to fix it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay, I was supposed to read it, but my finger just sent it. Do you believe Dave? So me just take out they. Supposed to be Dave. Dave of the same. Okay, so now we can pull that. All right. Okay. All right, so we get that down. Okay, let me see what Margaret says. Dave character has no character. He is continue intruding on Ant character life. He took the wife, now he's trying to take his friend and business partner. Margaret, well said there, Margaret. Well said. At least scared of the Amber Supremist. All right. Extremist, right? Extremist? Okay. Land idea London. LOL. Denisha act like a typical stereotype woman. Yes. Okay, so let's speak on Denisha. So Shayla come out this morning, going to get something to eat, and she decided, say, you know what? Let me be petty with Denisha. You know that she thinks that she needs to have that life for Denisha. She doesn't want Anthony, but nobody should have him. But she have to have a little pettiness with Denisha this morning and let her know, oh, her son, at least Anthony is there for your son. And she's wishing her condolences. And I'm here saying nobody died for her. So why are you wishing that girl that is just out of and past our place now? You know what I mean? But Shayla will be Shayla. You know, Shayla don't care about nobody but herself. And she's here offering, oh, do you want something to eat? Or like so Denisha gonna take anything from her. So the pettiness begins for which Denisha and Shayla. And guess what? Denisha have to go complain to Anthony about the situation. Oh, he speak, go and tell his baby mother her business. He should have kept it to himself. And he says, I am just drawing correlation between giving her an example that I am there for your son and I'm not a deadbeat father because I'm there for my son. And Denisha did not want to hear that one bit. And he said, I was just showing an example. She don't want to hear that. You shouldn't be telling that girl my business. But you want to know when he's telling you about Shayla business, she says, look here, when you tell me about Shayla, I don't want to hear it. Keep that to yourself, right? Anna Charmaine said yesterday when they were making the room for the baby, for her son, she should have tell Anthony to let them also fix a room for his son because she's in the house and she knows how many bedroom is there and his child don't have a room and she doesn't find nothing wrong with that. As long as she and her kids and her family is taken care of, she's fine by that. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So Shayla is gonna be a thorn in Anthony and Denisha life. And you know what, guys? I'm here for the pettiness. I'm really going to enjoy watching Anthony and Denisha. But at the end of the day, as you can see, as Margaret says earlier this morning, that Anthony may be soft, but he knows how to check people the right and proper way and put them in their place, but on the low down. He's not loud like how people wants him to be loud. Well said, dear Margaret. And Yolanda says, I wonder what people will think will happen if she tells Dave she used to deal with Wayne. I wonder what people will think. I don't know. Honestly, I think she should tell him because at the end of the day, he has secrets. He has bones in lots of bone in his closet, a lot. You know what I mean? So let's see what happens, and let's see how Amber and Dave navigate that. Hopefully, it comes from her because, guys, if it comes from Amber, we will say Amber has learned. If Amber don't tell him that Amber hasn't learned anything, that mean Ernestine can accidentally ouch Amber because she loved to run her mouth. Remember that day when they went to get the sequence for this photo shoot, the dresses? Oh, she was running her mouth and Amber wanted to just says, shut up. But she didn't get a chance to tell her to do that, right? So let's see what happened. I don't trust her as far as I can. She just chat too much. You know those people? Especially you get a little liquor in them. And then Michael says, did I read Yolanda's? Oh, yes, I did. So Amber knows Wayne is petty. If he can keep telling Tamira about not cooking food for him, what to stop him for talking about him and Amber? I know, eh? I know. But I think he wants that to come out. Yolanda, Michelle, I think he wants that to come out on the podcast so he can make some money on it. So let's see what happens tomorrow. All right. And then one journey says, I Sharon underscore Rico Review and community. Let's talk about it. Yes. How are you doing, my friend? I sent you a link if you want to come up and give your 2 cents and then you can go and cook. That's fine with me. If not, thank you for being with us. Michael Brown says, we all know Anthony is a sugar daddy. Oh, yes, he is, because Wayne was looking, saying Denisha is too young for Anthony. Oh, yes, he's a sugar daddy for real. Cool. One journey is saying, Denisha told Anthony about her past. Amber still has not matured to be transparent. Exactly, one journey. Well said. Well, she tell him some of the past, right? And she has not done that. This is why I said if Amber tells Dave, it will show that she's learned her lesson and she is growing. She don't need to keep secret. So they are showing it two different ways. They're showing how Denisha confident in herself. She don't take mess from anybody. She's not standing for Shayla or anybody nonsense, right? All the girls them on the part, she's not standing for their nonsense. And she's living inside Amber house without feeling any way. She in a marital home. She get her son have a bedroom and she's fine with that, right? But Amber and the other one is not self-confident. She's have low self-esteem. While Denisha have confidence, she have self-esteem. She not making nobody step on her. Nobody. And she'll go after what she wants. She even tell lie on her friend, Tamira. Says she'll kick her out of the business and because she'll get more closer to her goal where she wanted to be in the first place. Meantime, Amber wants to be with Wayne, yes, but she tell off Wayne and whatever, talk about his mom, put turn over in her grave, whatever, how he treats woman and how he's a not, but she still want to work with him. Meantime, in her personal life now, she doesn't bring that same smoke in her personal life. I would really appreciate if Amber stand up, be confident in herself and say, yes, know what, Dave? Yes, I wasn't all that great when I was before I got married. When I got engaged, this is what I did. If you don't like it, bye. This is it. And I have changed. And yes, I'm leaving my husband and I'm in a relationship with you. It is what it is. But then again, Amber gives Dave the upper hand. So if anybody goes and say anything, Amber is going to no hypocrite but shame. I would say one journey, I would say Amber is an hypocrite. The reason why I said a hypocrite is because, yes, it's shame also. She allowed this man to fight. Remember, she said, I'm not into women losing their bag. But she allowed the man to fire Melissa, and Melissa don't have a work. She doesn't care about that. She only thinking about unselfish. I'm calling a spade a spade. That is selfish behavior. But you can actually continue working with your ex. But he wasn't able to continue to work with his ex. That's all I'm saying. Yes, love. But just got home next time. Oh, sounds good. Thank you for coming in. One journey. Denisha told Anthony about past Amber still hasn't matured to be exactly. Well said, dear. One journey. Maria says Amber is a hypocrite and that. Yeah, that's the only thing I'm calling her. Oh, not the only thing. I'm calling her that and that. And also for her, I think that's the only thing. Yes, and then she's telling people, giving them advice, but she's not applying that same advice that she's given to the ladies and like Tamara. She's not applying that to her life too. You know what I mean? And Danielle. So it is, we just call a spade at the end of the day. Yeah. Okay, let's see how you guys polled it. All right, so 59% of you guys says yes to that question that I polled. And what the question is, do you believe they have the same characteristic of Wayne and Anthony? And 59% of you guys says yes. So well done for being honest, guys. That is wonderful. Give yourself a round of applause there. Awesome. I am team divorce expeditiously. Yeah, Shirley. So Shirley is laughing away. Shirley said, I want them divorce now. And of course, they're going to get divorced. Definitely, Shirley. Margaret says, it's a gift. Yes, the house is a gift. But how do you guys feel about Dave going to take money from the house after he gifted to Amber? Or she won't know about that part. Oh. Do you agree? Do you agree with Dave taking the cash back from the house? All right. Oh, I didn't even double check that, but okay, let's come back over here. All right, so Jeff, Shirley, them biscuits did look good. Yes, Jeff, they look good. Yeah, Amber can cook, but I know why they make our mac and cheese look so horrible. But then again, some people are good at some things, while some people are not good. Sometimes you're good at baking, some people are not good at baking, or some people can cook certain things very well, while others can. Right? Okay. Hi there, Marvis. Welcome in. How are you doing? Hi, Michelle. Michelle said, did Amber told Dave to fire Melissa, or did she tell him to check to her? She don't want him to work around there again. She doesn't want him to have nothing to do with her, and she was okay with him firing her. Yes. Amber did the same with the lighthouse lady and with Dave assistant. Not wait to call her out. Exactly. And then Anna Jones says, "I welcome in Anna Jones. How are you doing?" Melissa also talked about the relationship with other people, which so far no one has done except Evelyn and her sister. I do hope she tell, but I don't think it's going to be a deal breaker. Thank you, Anna Jones. That's what I'm saying. I think it will be okay in my book, but I'm going to think he will call her a hypocrite because Melissa not working with him anymore. That's all. And then Shirley says 23 likes, 41 watching. Please hit the like button. Thank you, Shirley. Thank you for the 23 people who already hit the like button. I do appreciate you. And then EP says, hi there, EP, welcome in. Anthony will forever let Shayla run over him. So it really doesn't matter if Denisha knows the game and could teach him some things because Anthony does what he wants to do. Yes, EP, I totally agree with this statement. But at the end of the day, Anthony will be, Denisha will be his karma. Yeah, definitely. He will learn a lot and he will seize that, in my opinion, that Amber was the actual best thing that ever happens to him. But he never asked, never know. Is that the saying? I'm trying to remember the old saying. You never know what you have until you lose it. Yeah, so he's going to see the grass is not greener on the other side. Hi, dear Chance. Welcome in. How are you doing? And Humphrey says, hi there, Humphrey. How are you? Good evening, Sharon and chat. Welcome in. And Shirley says, Shayla, better be cool. Denisha said she needs to do something to. Oh, yes, I forget about that. Yes, she said she have to do something about her. What do you think? Write it in the chat. What do you think she meant when she says she have to do something about her? Yes, I wanted to ask you guys that. What do you guys think Denisha meant when she said that? All right, I need to hear your response in the chat down below. And then I know you says, Amber will regret letting someone else tell Dave. She is in a position for it not to be so hard if she tells him, but if someone else does first, it'll be bad, especially if she let him get close to Wayne. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Well said there, I know you. You're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. And then Jeff said here, I'm surprised her and I'm surprised. He'll surprise her with that room. Oh, you mean with the house? Yes, he will surprise. Oh, you mean who we're talking now? You says room. Let me know, Jeff, what you're talking about. Because it not makes sense, me dear. I guess I don't know when me I think you're on a different level than me right now. And Michelle says here, Shayla's getting prettier since Eman left her. Ooh, you think so, Michelle? Yeah, I think that hairstyle fit her and that ear, yeah, she does look different. Margaret says, I don't see anything wrong with what Aunt said to Shayla. He was trying to get empathy out of her. No, I didn't see nothing wrong with that either. If Danisha was so unborn, she would have never called Aunt. If she was unbothered, she wouldn't have called Aunt. Yeah, I think so. And then wonders, hypocrite is a person who pretending to have good morals, rules, honest beliefs, or nice feelings, but act in a way that goes against them. Thank you, dear One Journey, for that. Mhm. And then Margaret here says, by calling Aunt Buddy, he is putting him in a smaller role than his woman husband. It's also demeaning. Exactly. It's extremely is. Well said, Margaret. And did you guys see what Shayla did with Anthony yesterday? She says, I'm up here and you're here. I need you to catch up to here. I said, Shayla is sure. Shayla knows Anthony well. I think Shayla knows Anthony more better than Amber knows him because what? He spent the entire marriage banding with Shayla and he didn't do that with his wife. And that's my opinion. Dave's secret don't matter. Amber not finding another Dave, and it's a podcast full of Ambers. Oh God, Dave. Shirley says, does Amber need to real Dave? She woke up with Dave, and their wedding day, or just say he's her ex. I think she should tell him the truth. If you're gonna tell somebody something, tell them the whole truth. Don't bother leave anything out because on the podcast, I think everything will come out. So it's best that she tell him just like Tanisha said to Anthony, I went to jail. She didn't tell him why she went to jail. Anthony asked, did you unalive anybody? She said yes. And then she saw how scared he was. She says no, right? So let's see what Angelina will find out about her past. Let's see. I'm dying to see what Angelina will dirt she will dig up on Denisha. And I think that baby father will be showing up. Kai's dad will be showing up soon in Atlanta. No hypocrite, but shame. Okay. Okay, so what would you call what she did? One journey. So it's a shame that she let Dave get rid of Melissa because she said she not want to let somebody lose their bread, but she did. She didn't feel anyway when he got rid of her. So is that shame? And then she's telling, giving advice to Danielle and Honeypot, but she's not applying to. So that is shame too. Okay, I got you. Mm-hmm. Thank you for your opinion, One Journey. And then I dislike the way they write the Anthony character. He holds all the cards and he doesn't even realize it. What would she do if he start telling her no? put her on child support. It could be cheaper. Exactly. I know. Because all this time, that's why I'm asking, is all these businesses legit? Because why does he scared to put Shayla on child support? It would be cheaper and it would be fine. But he can't do that. Well said, dear. I know you. And then one journey says, yes, love, we just got home next time. All right. So EP says here, oh, honest is Denisha though. Anthony only know where she's from and what she used to do. Basically, there's still more to learn about her, just like Dave. Exactly, EP. But she told him that she was in jail just in case anybody finds out. It would not blindside him. So she tell him some things to let it be so that it doesn't cushion, so it will cushion the blow. At least you tell him that. But they're trying to show us, say, oh, Denisha is confidential, that she doesn't take, she don't let nobody make a fool out of her. But then she likes to complain too, right? And then Amber be insecure. Her conscience is bothering her. And the reason why I said Amber should tell Dave is because she's gonna be on the podcast. If she wasn't gonna be on the podcast, Dave doesn't need to know. But when because she's gonna be on the podcast, that secret as Wayne wants all of them to be on that podcast. Shayla doesn't have any shame, so Shayla doesn't care if anybody knows that she takes Amber's man because she thinks she was in the right and Amber took her man because she's Mrs. Dalton. You see the difference? So Amber is cares about Dave. Dave said he loves her. I have never heard Amber say she loves him. You guys let me know in the comment. But all I know is this, that Amber, I think it will really be a growth. If she tells him, I think that would be maturity. That would be that she's learning. That would mean that Amber has grown, in my opinion. Yeah. And let the chips fall where it may. Guys, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. I would really appreciate it. Please get me into the algorithm. Okay, thank you very much for your understanding and help. All right, I'm here trying to see if I will be able. Okay, so Blake find out that his daughter is okay, so it looks like Blake gets out of jail. Dave ain't rich as we think, Michael says. Okay, hold on, Michael. You know what? I don't know. I think a while back, I think it was Eklund told me that. I think Eklund said, Sharon, I'm not sure. You guys remind me which one of you said it. The very first time when Amber drive up to him, when Anthony confronted her in the kitchen about her having an affair with her marketer, right? She went to Dave and she complained. And Dave was on the phone and he says, oh, that thing wasn't paid. I forget his exact word, but I'm paraphrasing that he missed a payment one of the month, last month, something like that. And somebody draw that to our attention. So that was a nugget. So we parked that. So we haven't seen anything else to say that he doesn't have any money, right? So why is he with Amber? So we have to look into that part also, right? Why is he with Amber? Why is he gonna buy the house? And then he's gonna take back his money from the house because that's a gift to her. So there's a lot of things not adding up, but I will park this for sure, Michael. So let me just give you a round of applause for saying that, because I think Eklund also brought that to my attention for real, yeah. So we'll park it for now. That's a nugget for sure, and we will see. All right. And Vernon says, "Hi there, Vernon. Welcome in. You should have the script writers. You should. Oh, the script writers. Amber didn't write it. She's acting it. Gave the lady a break. And me, darling, I'm just speaking on what we're seeing. All right. So I don't know if I'm here talk or whatever, but we just call a spade a spade. And then here, it's not a gift if she has to refine the home in her name. is low in cash and taking money from her, Sabrina says. Thank you for that, Sabrina. Well said there, Sab. I think one journey told us once that that is how some people buy the house and they refinance and take back the cash because they don't have that liquid cash available. But they do. I hate when coffee get cold. She's afraid of what Dave would think of her. That's six, not being a hypocrite. That's having low self-esteem. Thank you, Michelle. And then Sabrina says, "Oh, is it a gift if she has to pay it back?" Oh, la, 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 la. Good question there, Sabrina. Okay, so let's see how you guys poll this. Okay, so 58% says yes to that poll that we run. And I need to see what it is, but it's not showing me right now. So let me refresh the screen so I will be able to see what's going on. And I can't even get a like to save my life. Me only seeing one. So hopefully when I ping here, so we have 27 likes and we have 37 watching. All right. So now let's see. So we polled. Let's see, guys. Do you agree with Dave for taking cash back from the house? 58% of you guys says yes. All right. And then I'm reading comments, and some people are saying no, they shouldn't. So right now, Sabrina is saying that's not a gift. Why take it back, right? Margaret said people have forgotten that Melissa introduces Amber to Dave to save her restaurant. What a horrible thing to do to a person that helped. Exactly, Margaret. And you see, when I mention these things, Margaret, people think that I'm hating on Amber. I am bashing her. They're not remembering that Melissa was the one. It wasn't Anthony that helped her. He was going to help her after the fact, but she already get the help, right? But people are not calling Amber out for what she did. But then the man say Dave did it. But she said she don't want to take the bread from somebody, right? And that is what it is. It is what it is. Mm, okay. All right. Yes, my darling. So it is what it is, you know? Yep. And so let's speak on this, guys. And I am going to drop the link in the chat for whoever would like to come up to speak on it. All right. Let's have a fair and unbiased discussion. And Margaret well said there, Margaret well says. Margaret says there, people have forgotten that Melissa introduced Amber to Dave to save the restaurant. Exactly. And Melissa also said that she helped him founded the company, and she's a great asset. So she is his assistant. They're partners, but he was easily to get rid of her because of Amber. He said he's changed. He's in love with Amber. Nobody's excusing none of that. No disputing none of that. He says we see that he says he loves her, and he's always on point with that. But he's still with a married woman because even Wayne says, remember, that's Anthony's wife. And I like say me I make it up on me, I hate on Amber. I am just giving a fair review on the situation that we're seeing, right? And then you know somebody, but you know, Margaret, in real life, there is a lot of people in real life that doesn't appreciate what people done for them. They forget that somebody helped them to get to where they want to get to, right? And they don't remember that somebody helped them to get there. And that is so sad. and it is showing you with the amber character. And the reason why they're using amber character to do that is because in a lot of the amber level 3 people, they amber doesn't do no wrong. Even when she's wrong, she's right. All right. But on here we call a spade, and it is what it is. Okay. And if I was here agreeing with all that Amber doing, trust me, everybody who come on this live would actually click the like button. Every single one of you guys would actually click. But it's okay. I will always gonna be true to all the characters that I review. I will always call a spade a spade. All right. So thank you. That is what alone. Okay, so now Anna Jones says she is only on the deed, so she will not be responsible financially. He said he would take out some of the equity. So it made, in many words, this is what the loan against the house would be. All I know what he says, right, Anna Jones, is that I am buying this house cash because I want her name on the deed. But I'm going to refinance and take back the money that I put in the house. And then he's going to have a mortgage because he's buying it outright that he doesn't have a mortgage, but he wants back the money from it. So he will end up with a mortgage. That's what I understand. And that's what I know our refinancing is, right? So Michelle says Shayla knows a lot about Anthony that would ruin Denisha expectation of him. Exactly, because Shayla knows where all the skeletons are in that closet. Suzette P says, Sharon, I agree. Amber, allow Dave to fire Melissa, and she's still working with Wayne. At this point, I would careless where Denisha sleep. Denisha can sleep on top of Anthony. I don't care no more. Exactly. Thank you for that, Suzette P. Mhm. And Margaret says, Denisha has no power. She's not even the wife. Exactly. Wayne called her Miss Dalton the other day. So we're wondering if Eva Charmaine called me and said, Sharon, what is Wayne trying to prove? Is he trying to tell us that Melissa, Denisha is Anthony's daughter? So yes, Jeff is a sugar daddy at this point. Will Anthony 20K for Kai's party? I think he will. He at first, you notice what he did last year, but let's see what he does. Yeah, I want to see if he will this year, and I'm just holding out right now, and then I will give you my answer then. Let's see. Shayla is the worst person to try to get any empathy from. Exactly. She doesn't care about nobody, EP. She just doesn't give a darn. And then Melissa says, the writer won't allow Amber to be herself. We want to see a divorce so they can just move the storyline along. Exactly. But well said there. And the reason why I said what I said, I'm going to say it again. The Amber level 3 people, they allow the writers to write Amber this way. And then the level 1 and the level 2 can't stomach that. But because the level 3 Amber fan, the extremists, if Amber does anything wrong, so that is right. They are writing her the way it is. If people start calling out on what she's doing wrong, then they won't do that. But that's what they're doing right now. And Amber said in her live I think last month, she said she's not writing any storyline right now. All right. Watson divorce paper to hospital. Larry's sister and Pearl checked him for being too nice. You mean, really? Are you kidding me? He sent the divorce paper to the hospital? Oh my goodness. Oh, that is horrible. That is heartless. Amber shame prevent honesty. Okay, so her shame is preventing honesty. All right. That means that she's not learning anything then, because no, they have Shayla told Anthony about Wayne. So now who they're gonna have tell Dave about Amber? Will it be Ernestine? And maybe Ernestine will say we don't realize she, as Charmaine said yesterday, maybe she won't do it intentionally, but unintentionally. But to me, either way, me not care which way you want to go. But it's gonna be another friend again cause her. So it's best, as I said, it's better if Amber tells him, it will look good on Amber, and she will be learning and growing in my book. Yes, I wish they would let the Ant character evolve. Yes, I wish Anthony would evolve too, but you them have to cut him down a peg or two. He hasn't learned anything yet. Or they're showing us that he's learning with Denisha because he's been open and he was never open with Amber. Well, they're showing us that he is learning actually because he's communicating stuff with Denisha that he always keep a secret from Amber. So I can say I see that part. And he's telling Denisha that Shayla is low vibrational, right? At this point, is Shayla low vibrational? Do you believe Shayla is low vibrational? Well, that's what. And Denisha says, oh, so now she is low vibrational because you're with me? She really have some nerve, I tell you guys. She have some nerve. Okay, so I'm trying to get the screen up so I can pull it. Okay, here. All right, so the poll is there. Let's see how you guys do. Complain also. Men complain also. Yes, men complain. Totally agree. One journey. Tracy says here, Sharon, I have a question. Why Amber didn't tell Anthony that she slept with Wayne before they got married? Because at the time, honestly, she didn't have to tell him. Honestly, she didn't have to tell him because that she could take to her grave. So, and she just speak to God on that. She didn't expect her best friend to do that. And also on the day of the wedding, if I wake up in somebody else's bed that day, trust me, I'm not marrying. But then again, as Annette and Charmaine says, a lot of men wake up in somebody else's bed and still marry their wife same way. So society has double standard. That's all I can say. Yes, look up on real estate law and investment. And then Michelle says, Amber is scared about what Dave would think of her if she tells him about Wayne. She's afraid he'll be like Anthony. Michelle, at this point, if she tells him and it doesn't work out, he was never meant to be. I know he will. I think he would understand. That's my honest opinion because everything shows that he cares about her. He loves her. So I know she's a married woman and whatever, but still the storyline is showing us that Dave is actually in love with Amber. So he will understand, but he'll be also be upset because I think he will even, I think somebody in the script call her hypocrite too. I don't remember where, but I will find to show you guys. And Amber needs to tell him. So that way he can says, your word, I know he's gonna says, you let me fire Melissa because he did it already. He said it to her already when he was upset. And right? But I think eventually when he calmed down, it will be okay. I think. Dave would be able to buy the house cash without money, plus his family as the investment opportunity. Just a thought, yes, Anna Jones, and that's what One Journey telling us that they do that. So I don't know anything about that. She is only on the deed and not the loan. All right, Anna Jones. Margaret, remember Aunt told Dave, oh, you're going to tell me about my wife interfering. You don't know this woman. Yes, I remember all of that, Margaret. Well said there. And EP says he refinancing the home because he paid cash for the house in Amber's name, but he's refinancing the house to get the money back. Yes, EP, that's exactly what he's doing. Amber only told Dave to check Melissa. He decided to fire her. And then if he decided to fire her EP, Amber could have been the one, the voice of reasoning. I don't want no excuse. That is your opinion, but in my opinion is if he's gonna fire her, Amber could talk up for that lady because that lady helped her to get him to help her with the marketing, and she could have put in and say, you know what, forgive her and let bygones be bygones. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I never see Amber did that. She didn't care less that the woman lose her job. But at Sharon underscore Rico River, Wayne doesn't tell Denisha that Anthony is a married man. No, he doesn't. He only tells that to. That's why I said society have double standard. Wayne being Wayne. Yes, London. No matter how kind Denisha is to baby Kai, I don't believe she really wants him around. If she did, she would have suggested a room for the baby. With I agree with baby Kai. Yes, I totally agree. She would have done that, but she doesn't really care. She cares about her child getting that Anthony is no. Here she tells Shayla, well, he has a father now. Well, Shayla says, that's my baby daddy fought. That's my baby that taking care of your baby. Yeah, yes. The key word Dave said was some of the cash back so that he would have it as operating money. All right, Anna Jones. Idea Chance. Thank you. Chance says, hi, Sharon. Hi, darling. Shirley says, bye, Shayla. Picking on Denisha D today. She is making her go hard for and not paying the money for Kai party. He probably will not do it. You know, Denisha, to keep Denisha happy. Yes, Shirley. It's a possibility. This is why I said we're gonna watch and see what Anthony does. Because in the past we know he will give her the cash, but right now we don't know if he will do it this time. So I'm looking to see how the writer is gonna do that. Let's see if he fall or if he will actually give her the money. Not give her the money. Sabrina says, I just realized that Amber is a toe stepper when it comes to getting to the bag. She stepped on Danielle and Melissa toes. She also stepped on Wayne toes, but he wasn't having it. Okay. Well said, dear Sabrina. Mm-hmm. However, she still get to ride and ooh, yes, Wayne's coattail. La 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 la. Mhm. Sabrina, Maya get beat up in the chat there. Maya get beat up. I agree with Charmaine. Yes, Margaret, you agree with her. I think Amber is going to tell Dave about Wayne after his birthday or when they visit the new house. I think Amber is going to tell Dave. Okay, I hope she does because that's what I always said. She should do it. So I hope she does. And if she does, that means she's learned something. Says, you know what? It's better I hold my secret because right now she's going to be on a national stage. As Denisha says, Wayne is a tadpole in the ocean and Amber is going to be, they're all in that ocean. And some people are going to swim or they're going to sink. Either way, right? Amber is so beautiful, but her character is ugly. London says, mm-hmm. I have nothing to say. I'm just reading your guys' comment. I'm just reading your guys' comment. Amber was mad when she saw Melissa offer. He checked her. Yes, Jeff. Jeff, thank you, Jeff. But a lot of people forget all about that. And Amber did not answer her. And he said, I have to fire that girl. Did Amber pick up fear? No. All right. And I guess all of you guys says majority, or maybe I should say the Amber level 3 says, yes, she needs to be fired. Okay. But remember, kindness goes a far way. It may not be the person who you're kind to, but God will let you receive kindness for somebody else when you needed it. Remember that. Anna Jones says, key thing is that Melissa never blames Amber. Exactly. She never did. She blamed her sister and her brother-in-law. Yes, she did. But at the end of the day, it's Amber's fault because Amber don't want him to work with her. We just call a spade a spade. Amber didn't want Dave to work with his ex. That's it. She didn't want her around. She said she can't be trusted. Amber didn't even like the girl having a key to the house. Let's call a spade a spade. Watch when Momo get interrogated by the police. You tell us about it, Alani. And Duda says, Amber didn't want Melissa around because of Dave sleeping with her. So, what if Dave says, stay away from Wade? Yes, I was looking for that. But no one is telling me. They're just going around the bush, around and round the bush and hiding in the bush. And they won't say it. You know what I mean? They won't say it. What time is it? All right. So we're close to that. Amber didn't want Melissa around because of Dave sleeping with her. So what if Dave stay away from Wayne? What will? Okay, let's poll that. I'm going to poll that, my darling. I love this question. Well said, here. Well said. And nobody, we've been looking for somebody to be unbiased and speak the truth for once, but nobody, they're telling me, going around telling me, Sharon, go and look up this. Sharon, no, because he said this, he said that. Yeah, Shayla is low vibrational. So 90% of you will get that correct. So you see, you guys can call out Shayla for what she's doing, but nobody can call out Amber. Majority of you, the level 3 cannot call Amber out for what she's doing. Let's be honest. We're calling a spade a spade. Let's be honest. All right. So I am going to poll this question that I have on the board here. Says, what if Wayne told Amber? Let's see. What if Wayne told Amber to stay away from? Oh, sorry. It's the wrong name I put it in. Sorry, guys. Sorry. What would Amber do if Dave told her to stay away from Wayne? Mm. What do you do you agree if okay? That I'm looking for a yes or no question. I don't want to put anything in there. Should Dave tell Amber to stay away from Dave? Do you believe Dave will tell Amber not to work with Dave anymore? I meant Wayne, but I will correct that in a bit. It's supposed to be Wayne put there. All right, guys. So we're going to poll this question that our chat mates do the asks us. So I'm going to put Wayne name there. I meant to say Wayne. Okay, my lovelies. Do you believe? Do you believe Dave? Yes, Dave. Dave will tell Amber not to work with Wayne anymore. Do you believe he will say that to her? Miss Nice says, I'm not even watching all those other skits, so I'm over it. Miss Nice says, oh, Miss Nice, remember, so it's only for entertainment purposes. There's lots of different skits, Kountry Wayne channel that we can watch that is enjoyable and funny. And then Michelle says, KW writers are not making Daltons evolve. Nope, not right now. I guess they will eventually. And then Purnell send the divorce paper to the hospital. You all think that's what he tell um, they need to leave, stay out. You know what? What Larry needs to do is to let his brother stay out of his marriage and his ex-wife stay out of it. It's up to him if he wants to give his wife the divorce paper or not. What I think in my book, shred those paper. Just be kind. London says Anthony will pay it to keep a relationship with Shayla cool because he wants Shayla on the pod. He wants Shayla to protect him on the podcast. So let's see. Yeah, maybe he will. Let's see if he does. I'm Team Elin Amber, but my husband ex can't have a key to our home. LOL. Exactly. Amber not leaving Wayne alone, Jeff says. I wonder why, Jeff. And Michelle says, Wayne will sue Amber if she leaves the podcast after signing the contract because she's in there for 3 years. Yes. Tamara, Amber, Piari, and others should not have a keys to Wayne house. Amber doesn't have a key to Wayne house, no. And Sabrina says, I think I'm kind of cool with Anthony not legalizing Kai. He doesn't want to go through the court due to his finances investigated. and used for public record. Amber and Shayla can see his finances. Yes. Okay, I am bored with that. Okay, that is cool there. Michael Brown said, wait till Amber find out about the realtor. Michael, Michael, man, you get bruises in the chat there though. Mind they giving and Sabrina, man, you guys get some whiplash. And Shirley says Dave should say that, but I don't know if he will. Okay. If Melissa could have stayed out of Dave and Amber relationship, she would still have a job. She was EP, she was not in their relationship. Honestly, Amber was not in their relationship. I meant Melissa. Melissa was not in their relationship. She was doing her job. She didn't care. She may have tantrum by herself. She didn't tell them or she didn't come at them and say, oh, you can't be together. She never did that. Even when she even asked Dave, that says, why is Amber different? And he told her. He was upfront with her. And she said she's his piece. But she wants to, and she confided in her sister because she needs someone to talk to. So you guys, anyway, let me shut my mouth. I'm done. It is what it is. Anthony is not legally tied to Kai. He'll pay Shayla, but he doesn't have to do it. The only downfall is Shayla has full custody. Exactly. Well said, dear Sabrina. Let's see how you guys poll this. Your guy says yes to that. Okay, so 50, so it's a tie, 50%. Okay, so it is a tie. All right. So that is what it is. All right, my lovelies. So we touch on Shayla behavior. How do you guys, there have been an NDA between Dave and Melissa. Just thought about that. Okay, you think there is? Maybe there is. I'm not sure. We will see. I'm not sure, so I'm not gonna speak on that. I'm only gonna speak on what I know and what I see because I don't want anybody to come and say, "Oh, Sharon reviews being biased," but I'm not. I am just calling a spade what we're seeing. So let's see if Dave is going to get that, receive that letter from that envelope from Daniel tomorrow because it's his birthday. Maybe it's actually a birthday gift, or maybe it's a gift of some sort. What do you guys think? So I'd like to hear that, your take on that. What do you think is in that envelope? Yeah, so we can predict what is in there. And I'm looking forward for Amber to receive her house. Do you believe Amber is going to accept the house? Right? Margaret says, Sabrina, parental rights and child support are two different things. Whether a person pays through the court or not, every parent is obligated to support their child. Exactly. Well said, dear Margaret. Well said. Well said. That is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And let me see here. So we touch on that. We touch on Larry. How do you guys feel about Larry and Bethany's situation? Do you think he's definitely going to divorce her, or will he reconsider in staying with her? I'd like to hear your take on that. And I think I have come to the end of the live. So thank you guys very much for hanging here with me. Thank you for our agree to disagree. That is so awesome. I love it and I love you guys. Please remember to hit the like button on your way out. Please remember to please comment, rewatch the video, and comments. All right. Thanks, everyone. Bye for now. Chancellor Sharon, with all the respect, thanks for always putting a smile on our faces. You're hilarious. Oh, thank you, dear Chance. Brooke needs a good spanking. Yes, she definitely needs a good spanking. It's your girl. And Michael says, Dave should have made Melissa sign an NDA. Yeah, definitely. All right. Bye for now, guys. I'll talk to you guys later. See you for now. Bye-bye. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next upload.